Hello and welcome to episode 0 of my Data Structures and Algorithms by Example course. In this course, we're going to cover a lot of the core data structures and algorithms that are used in a software engineering environment. This course is going to be especially useful if you're preparing for technical interviews or something like that, but should also just give you a solid foundation which will improve your output as a developer. In terms of technologies and the environment you need for this series, I really just think you need to be able to code in some language. Everything that we discuss, I'm going to start with on a more abstract and mathematical level, and then if we do move into more practical things like implementation or coding, I'm going to be doing all that in Python because in my opinion it is the most readable and at this point ubiquitous option. I won't be using any Python specific language features though, so you should be able to follow along in just about anything. Now, just a quick note before we jump in, and that is that algorithmic design is just as much an art as it is a science. While there may be mathematically optimal answers for some sorts of problems, that's not always going to be the case, and my goal with a series like this is to give you the tools that you need to be able to tackle algorithmic problems, rather than telling you how to optimally solve every single one. We'll go through all of the tools, and we'll also go through the thought processes that I use, but that isn't always going to yield you an optimal solution. But don't worry about that, because in most cases, you're not going to be expected to find something perfect. Especially if you're under time pressure, like at an interview or something like that, what an interviewer really wants to see is your ability to think through a problem, rather than you coming up with a perfect solution right away. Before starting this course, I would recommend having a solid enough background in programming that you're not going to be dealing with syntax errors or memory allocation if you're writing in something that needs that, and errors of that sort, because that will really slow you down and take away from your ability to focus more on the algorithms and data structures that we're going to be discussing. I also think having a basic background in math is going to be super helpful, but I will be simplifying everything down as much as I can and pointing to other resources in the event that there's something that you need to catch up on. Now that we have that administrative stuff out of the way, let's take a little bit of time to discuss what algorithms and data structures actually are. So an algorithm is simply a sequence of steps that are taken to solve some sort of problem. The algorithms that we're going to be covering here are all going to be halting solutions to recursively enumerable decision problems, but if you have absolutely no clue what that means, don't worry about it at all. I'll probably cover it in a video about computability somewhere further down the line if you're interested in learning more. A data structure, on the other hand, is just some sort of framework for storing data, the relationships between pieces of data, and the methods that are associated with them. So a lot of different data structures can often be used to store the exact same data, but the methods that surround that data will have a profound effect on what data structure is good for what sort of problem. We're going to be talking a lot more about how to choose what data structure to use for a certain kind of problem further down the line, so be sure to stay tuned for that. With all that covered, that's about everything I wanted to say by way of an introduction to this series. We're going to start off next time with a discussion of big O notation for time and space complexity, which is a very core feature of all of what we're going to be discussing and is essentially what we're going to be trying to optimize throughout this entire series, so be sure to get excited for that. Like this video if you're excited for this series, and be sure to get subscribed to me so you don't miss any of it down the line, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.